What's going on, y'all? This Pito back with another book review. Today we doing Pimpology by Pimpin Ken. Now hold on, before y'all say anything, this is a book on pimping. I want to give y'all the most authentic experience with the book, so I don't want to hear nothing slick coming to me back. I'm just doing a book review. Now, people have their opinions about his language, his terminologies, and things like that, but I definitely thought it was an interesting read, especially it's Halloween. I'm dressed up as the Water Boy and Bobby Boucher. I think this is a great read. It was very entertaining, and honestly, the way he break a lot of things down, it makes perfect sense in the sense of manipulation and control. But it definitely was a great book. If y'all have read it, let me know what y'all think. This your boy Pito back with another book review. Let's get it. So one thing I'm not good at is asking for help, and today I'm going against my rules, and I need you guys' help to help me grow my channel. I'm at like 253 subscribers. I need to get to 1,000. That's my goal. That's what I want to get to. I'm doing this purely out of love for just reading, the black man reading books. I try to inspire people by my experiences and things I do and things I go through and related to books, and even try to educate people on things they may or may not have. I do a lot of self-help. I do memoirs. I do a lot of different books. But if y'all can help me get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, I greatly appreciate it. Right now we at like 253. But I'm still going. I'm still pushing. I did over 30 books last year. I'm trying to get back on track because now I got sidetracked with a lot of things in life, but I'm trying to get back to it. So please subscribe, like, comment, turn on that notification bell. And it's your boy Pito with another book review. Let's get it. Happy Halloween, by the way. It's either pimps or hoes. The best pimps is the CEOs, IRS, and Uncle Sam. It's one of the lines that he started out the book with, which I thought was hilarious. At first, it sounded kind of wild, even a little bit funny, but the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Like, Ken was just talking about the street game. He was talking about the game of life. He's saying in every system, somebody's running the show and somebody's getting played. The CEO controls the money flow, the IRS controls your paycheck, and Uncle Sam, he controls the whole board. Ken flipped the street mentality into a metaphor for power. Who has it? Who gives it? Who does it? And even if you don't realize it, you're playing the game. That's what makes Pimpology such a book that's more than about hustling. It's a reflection on control and survival. Whether you agree or not, you can't deny Kenzie exposes the truth in his book, Pimpology. There's always somebody collecting, and it's up to you if you decide you the one being taxed or you the one writing the rules. Great book. Now, one line from Pimpology that really stood out to me. He said, if a chick can try you before they buy you, you'll have a lifetime of problems. Now, this was funny to me. Now, like, Pimpin Ken might have been talking about relationships on the surface, but the message goes a lot deeper than that. He really talking about boundaries and self-respect. If you feel where I'm coming from, it ain't always that simple. What he means is this: if you let people test you or use you, play with you before they show some real commitment or value, you set the tone in the whole relationship of how they're going to treat you forever. Whatever it is, in business, love, friendships. Once somebody realizes they can get a free sample of you, your energy, without paying for a price, they'll never stop asking. Kim lessons is kind of simple, but for real, don't let nobody try you before they know your worth. Set your standards, make sure the respect comes for the access, because once you start giving discounts, people will stop seeing your value. And that's some real shit, honestly. Like, one of the coldest lessons from Pimpology is when Pimpin Ken started talking about the importance of your name. Now, this was significant to me. He says, when you got to make sure you great at what you do, you make sure people know you. You make sure they respect you, respect your brand, and respect your reputation and your name. Because in this world, your name travels before you do, which I thought was crazy. It opened doors, it closes them. Your name stands for excellence. People will pay you before they even meet you if your name carries weight. But if it don't carry no weight, you always be begging for opportunities instead of being chosen for them, which I thought was a crazy way of flipping it. That your name is significant. Ken's message isn't just about street wisdom, it's about life wisdom. Protecting your name, building with consistency, building with confidence, and building with integrity. Because your name holds power, and you don't have to chase respect, it'll chase you once your name is significant out here, which I thought was an amazing point in this book for anybody, really, to be honest, in business and life, relationships, and everything. Amazing point in this book. One line from Pimpology that really stuck out a little bit too to me, which I thought was hilarious. I even talked to my sister about it, both of my sisters. He says, a chick weakness is a pimp sweetness. And it's always about manipulation and control with this book, which is true. Like, it's a thing. You hear it all the time, especially in relationship nowadays. It might sound a little slick, but there's a real game behind it, because Ken not just talking about charm. He's talking about understanding human nature to some extent. You with me? He's saying the real influence doesn't always come from force. It comes from finesse. When you know how to stay calm and confident and control your emotions, that becomes power in a lot of these situations. Sweetness is the ability to stay cool, talk smooth, and make people feel seen. When that draws loyalty and it draws trust. It's a reminder that all power isn't loud. Sometimes it's quiet, it's strategic, it builds emotional intelligence, because when you become the master of your own energy, you can move anybody, not through pressure, but by presence and finesse. So definitely something that I fuck with in this book, I promise you. Another crazy story in this book, in Pimpology, he talked about how he was influenced by Don King in the Rumble in the Jungle, which I thought was a great point. He said it would inspire him. It wasn't just a fight. It was Don King hustle. I don't know if y'all know this, but Don King didn't even have the money up front for the fight for the Rumble in the Jungle. But he had a powerful, wordy, powered message, and all of that let the money come in. Kim said that moment told him something real major, that power doesn't always come from your pockets, it comes from your mindset. And that's part of the reason why I read so much, to be honest. He said that same mindset led him to create the movie Hope Pimps Up and Holds Down. He went to the Playboy in Chicago and he saw the culture was celebrated, and decided to take the same idea and flip it into something bigger and better. That's when he turned into like the small underground event into a worldwide showcase, shining the light on the game like never before. Like he was doubling up and tripling up on everything that happened in Chicago when he took it back to Milwaukee. Kim didn't wait for an opportunity. He created one just like Don King did with the spectacle. So Pimpin Ken turned a lifestyle into a brand, that vision into a hustle, and that turned into ownership, which I thought was another crazy part of this book, how he flipped it and got an HBO special just based off of thinking about how Don King flipped it. And then he went to the Playboy in Chicago, which led him to create his own, where he say is like one of the best Playboys that there ever was, because he doubled up on everything. More cars, more money, the best of everything, basically bigger and better. You know what I mean? Like I said, but definitely was a crazy part that I thought was amazing and interesting. In Pimpology, Pimpin Ken breaks down the importance of being a man of your word. And that's always significant, especially at my age. He says your word is your bond. It's what separates real men from pretenders. Out here, money comes and goes, fame comes and goes, everything comes and goes, but one thing that stays is your word. That's your credit line. And once people can trust you, it opens doors up for you automatically. He said, Kim reminds you that a man who can't keep his word can't keep respect, because what you say don't stand on nothing. But people see strength and people see that you're solid when you're able to keep your word. But if you can't, nobody gonna see you in either way. It's like a powerful lesson in the book. Like, your word builds your reputation builds your life. And that's the type of man who doesn't have to say much, because when you do, everybody knows you mean it. So that kind of solid confidence is always big. And that's another reason why people say, like, sometimes you ain't got to speak so much, let your actions show more than anything. So it's definitely something that I bang with, because I try to be honest and of my word much as I possibly can as a man today. You feel me? One of the coldest lessons in Pimpology is when Pimpin Ken talk about control and money. And we all know how the significance of that play. He said pimps would never give a woman money to go shopping, because that's like breaking one of the oldest rules in the game. But Ken did something different. He learned how to play on the hearts and the passions, not just the pockets. So he kind of developed like a sort of understanding that the real control doesn't come from holding on any back. It came from understanding people. And when you know what someone loves, what drives them, what makes them feel seen, then you can guide the energy into something that's worth fighting for. By giving them the freedom to shop, he wasn't losing control. He was building loyalty, which turned into generosity, which turned into influence. So it's like, one thing goes wash hand of another. Everything stacks upon each other, just building this rapport. And Kim's lesson wasn't simple, but it was deep, because the game isn't about everything. It's about understanding psychology. When you master your emotions, the money flows naturally. And that goes into so many other things, especially in business and relationships and love, everything. So that's what I'm saying. This book can relate to a lot of different things in life if you just look at it in a different light. But if you just look at it from one specific angle of just pimping, there's a lot of jewels that you will miss and a lot of different things you won't get. So yeah, and another thing, if you notice that on my book reviews, I'm always doing different people from all walks of life. I'm done Marilyn Manson, I've done Barack Obama, I'm about to do Motley Crue. Like, I've done everybody. I've done DMX, I've done Gucci, I've done Jeezy. So you got to hear from everybody, all walks of life. You always can learn something. So that's where I'm at with it. In Pimpology, Pimpin Ken talks about how he really learned the game, and it started when he was just 16 years old. Like he first had this whole, and again, excuse my language, that actually started putting him on game. She taught him how the game really worked, but not from the outside, but from the inside. And Ken realized early on that in order to really understand it, you got to understand it from people who live it. And I always hear that from Zai, like, Pito, you doing this boxing shit, get more involved with it inside of it, because once you start doing it, you'll really understand how people think, how people feel. So I understand that completely. And that line hit different because it's not just about the game, it's about understanding perspective. Karen learned that success, power, and influence come from knowing how others move, how they feel, how they think, and that's what you call emotional intelligence. So you can understand that even more. So even at 16, he wasn't just learning how to hustle, he was learning human nature, and that's what made him dangerous in the game so much as he did, from a knowledgeable source itself, from the girl that he was pimping. So you can learn from everywhere, like I just said, bro. It ain't just one source, you got to learn from everywhere. So in Pimpology, Pimpin Ken shared one of the funniest stories in this whole book. I thought it was hilarious. He talked about how he used to Western Union himself money just to make his other hoes think women were sending him money from all over the world, which is hilarious to me. Like, I don't think you get no funnier than that. But it's not about the money, it's about the perception. Like, Ken understood that people believe what they see by creating an illusion. He had women everywhere in the world sending him money. That built him status, mystique. It even gave him some credibility. The hoes around him started thinking, like, if all these women is paying them, like, yo, this dude must really be that nigga. And that's when Ken dropped one of the dopest lessons in his whole book. The game is about 90% psychology, and the other 10% is about reality. So whoever controls that narrative, you get control of that narrative before they even question it. It's a reminder that in life it's about confidence, about presentation. Everything don't people know. Some people don't always follow the riches. They follow the people they think who already has one. They follow people they think already knows the path, so they can go to the path less traveled, or they can go down the path that they believe will significantly improve them with less chance, with less risk. So yeah, man, it's definitely a great perspective and a great way to look at it. And again, a great way to learn it. Like, sometimes people follow the people they think know, and some of them really don't. Some of them is misleading like a motherfucker, but it definitely was a funny part to the story that I thought was hilarious. Like, yeah, I'm getting money from everywhere. In Pimpology, Pimpin Ken drops jewels about the psychology and the control of the pimping game. He says people hate a know-it-all. Like, no matter how much you actually know, just act like you don't know and see how people treat you. See the difference in how they treat you. That's the game right there, because when you act like you already know everything, people shut down. They get quiet. They stop sharing. But when you stay quiet and you stay humble, they open up. They start revealing things that they normally wouldn't say, because you give them that platform and an opportunity to be themselves. Ken explains that silence is a weapon. People feel safe around someone that listens more versus somebody that's always talking. You gain information, you gain power, and you gain leverage. And I know this is for a fact, because I do this a lot with people. He said people are more likely to tell all their secrets when you quiet instead of when you talking too much. It's so fucking true, I promise you. It's a kind of lesson that applies everywhere, in business and relationships and life. You don't always have to win by talking. Sometimes the smartest move is to play dumb, stay observant, listen to it, and let the truth come to you. I promise you this shit works. Especially when you're trying to get to know somebody, just be quiet, just listen. Be open ear. Don't judge. Don't say how you feel. Don't say, just be quiet. And they gonna tell you everything, especially with me in relationships. People tell me so much shit, and I personally, some of the shit I hear, I just be amazed by. Like, I can't believe they just told me that. And it just, sometimes it turn me off. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, I know this ain't for me. I know this not the way I'm gonna go. Or I know I'm not built for this, just based off of what people tell me, just by not judging and being quiet. So yeah, it definitely works. I promise you that. In Pimpology, Pimpin Ken says something that's real simple, but it's deep. Misery loves company, but so do prosperity, which is some ill shit to say, because you always hear the misery loves company, but you don't hear about the prosperity part. He talks about when you're down, it's easy to find people who will sit with you and struggle with you. But when you start winning, you gotta surround yourself with people that want to see you win even more, to keep pushing that boundaries. Ken reminds us that success grows faster when it's shared. He talked about the importance of looking out for your brothers, putting your people in position, sharing knowledge, and building together instead of competing. Think of LeBron and all his circle. Everybody around him is doing wonderfully, and just because what they built. Because at the end of the day, real power isn't about you shining alone. It's about creating a circle where everybody can eat. Misery spreads throughout negativity, but prosperity spreads throughout unity, which I thought was a great book. And Ken's message, he just wants you to stay blessed and bless everybody around you. Because when you lift the other people's games up, all it's going to do is lift yours up, which I thought was a great fucking point in this book. You know what I mean? I thought it was amazing. And Pimpology, Pimpin Ken breaks down something that means seems simple, why pimps really dress up and try to be fly all the time. He says a pimp image is just about a show. It's a statement. When you stay sharp and when you stay clean and confident, it sends a message before you even open your mouth. Ken says you got to look the part so the woman knows that she has to stay on point too. If she's fly and you're fly, you cannot afford to be sloppy at all. It creates a standard. The presentation, it sets a tone for the whole team. When you sharp, everybody around you got to get sharp. You on point, they on point. And he wasn't just talking about clothes. He was talking about energy. He was talking about pride, making sure everybody looks good, they feel good. And when you feel good, you look good, you move in confidence, which I thought was a dope part of this book. The lesson is clear. Your appearance is a part of your power. When you carry yourself like a boss, people treat you like one. Plain and simple. And I need to do better with that because I be working so much. I be in the gym so much, but I definitely need to do better with my attire, especially on the day in, day out and about. You know what I mean? You feel me? At the end of Pimpology, Pimpin Ken gets real about how the game has changed. He talk about how pimping is dying, not because of the hustle disappeared, because the world did. He said a lot of the old pimps fell off. Some of them went broke. Some of them got caught up in addiction. Some even was killed by family members that was close to some of the, the females that they was dealing with. He even talked about how some of the laws even shifted. Like what used to be a part of the game was now getting people locked up for decades. And Ken not really trying to glorify it. He just telling the truth for like how the streets don't really play fair no more, which is completely understandable. Not since what he was doing, but just how it ain't the same no more. He makes it clear that the game ain't what it used to be, and those trying to still live by them old rules is getting left far behind or getting buried. So basically, you learn from the past, you evolve with the times, but the real power in today isn't staying in the streets, it's ownership, legacy, and knowledge. And that's how you keep in the game alive, by turning lessons into something bigger than just any old lifestyle. So book was good, man. It was dope. It definitely was interesting. There was a lot of things that I didn't know that I learned from this book. A lot of things about pimping, about philosophy, about what the way they look at it, how they treat certain things. But it definitely was entertaining, even funny at times. But this your boy Pito. If you have read the book Pimpin Ken, tell me what you think about it. It's your boy Pito, and I'm out. Let's get it.